So Samsung is quietly doing something right now, and it tells us exactly where the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is heading next. And once you connect all the dots, it becomes very clear why this is happening now, and who forced Samsung's hand. Because for the first time ever, Samsung is doing something they've never done before, and that changes everything. So let's get into it. Here's what just happened. Samsung has been sending out user surveys that show a completely different kind of fold. Instead of the tall, narrow design they've stuck with for years, these images show something far more radical. A shorter, wider, passport-style Z Fold 8, and an inner display that actually looks like a tablet. And honestly, this design looks way closer to the original Pixel Fold, or even Microsoft's Surface Duo when it's folded. But when you look at the button placement and the inner camera, it's clear Samsung is targeting something closer to an iPad mini when unfolded. And companies don't leak experimental designs into surveys unless those designs are already being seriously considered. Now, here's where this gets serious. We already know Samsung is preparing two different Galaxy Z Fold 8 models. A second fold with a brand new model number has already shown up in the GSMA database. That's a huge deal. Regulatory listings aren't rumors. They're about as real as leaks get. But it gets even more interesting. Because earlier leaks from Ice Universe showed Samsung is experimenting with an 18:9 cover display with a perfectly square inner screen. But the newer survey images look closer to a 4:3 tablet aspect ratio. And that tells us something important. Samsung hasn't locked this down yet. And that hesitation is telling, because Samsung usually commits early when they're confident. And that alone tells you how serious this is. Because Samsung doesn't do this unless they feel pressure. And right now, they absolutely do. Samsung has dominated the foldable market for years, but that dominance is about to be challenged in a big way. Next year, foldable competition is exploding globally. In the US, the Z Fold 7 is already staring down the Pixel 10 Pro Fold, which uses a near 1:1 aspect ratio. Apple's foldable iPhone is no longer just a rumor either. And guess what? It's expected to launch with a passport-style design, a massive battery, and a thickness closer to the iPhone Air. In fact, Apple is reportedly planning to buy around 11 million foldable OLED panels from Samsung Display. And that's not something we call an experiment. That's aggressive mass production, and it doesn't stop there. Motorola is finally entering the book-style foldable market after years of only doing razor flips. Even their teaser says it all. Every fold reveals a possibility. And yes, they're also going with the passport-style shape. So when you see Samsung suddenly testing this same form factor in surveys, it's not a coincidence. It's Samsung feeling the heat. The foldable market itself is about to explode. Market research is already pointing to around 30% year-over-year growth by 2026. Samsung knows what's coming. For the first time, Samsung is clearly treating foldables as more important than flagship slab phones. We already saw this with the ultra-premium Galaxy Z Trifold, which sold out almost instantly in South Korea despite its insane price. That confirms there is real demand for ultra-premium foldables. And it's no longer just a niche category. So when you put all of this together, Samsung's strategy becomes obvious. They're building options before the iPhone Fold arrives. Because once Apple enters, Samsung won't have the luxury of trial and error. But the real question now is this: does Samsung go with the passport-style fold? Or do they stick closer to a squarish tablet-first design? Personally, I think the passport-style form factor is the only move that truly justifies having two separate Z Fold 8. And here's the good news. Even if Samsung experiments with a second fold, the original Galaxy Z Fold 8 is still getting the upgrades we've been begging for. Click here to see all the details. This is Techtics, and I'll see you there.